Hey guys, welcome to my first Q&A on YouTube. I apologize if the camera's not angled right. Give me a second. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. So anyway, I hope this turns out well. I need to kind of record it and re-record it. So, because there was a phone call and the phone was ringing, so I didn't want that in there. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, okay, I asked you guys a couple weeks ago, or maybe more, about some questions for a Q&A. And if you're wondering why I'm looking towards that direction, it's because I have everything typed out that I want to say. Well, I asked you guys to send some questions in, and you delivered, even though there wasn't as many as I thought there would be. So, I'm delivering the answers. I added some questions from a coworker who wanted to ask, but he doesn't have an account on YouTube, so he couldn't ask in the comments section. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's start out with our first question from Not My Problem. Not My Problem asks, what kind of PC are you running, bro? Well, my PC is a custom built, bought off of Newegg.com. The case is a Sniper 2 by, how do you pronounce that? Epvia. My motherboard is a Gigabyte D3P. Don't ask me for the full name because I can't tell if it's called Ultra Dura or Ultra Durable or just D3P. Anyway, I got two things of 4 gigabytes of RAM equaling 8 gigabytes, and they are both blue colored, and they are both ripjaws, and they are awesome. I think they're pretty sick in appearance in the case with this see-through window thing, which is pretty cool. So, with my blue and white case and my blue ripjaws, awesome. My CPU is an AMD FX 6-core processor, 3.9 gigahertz Black Edition. I'm guessing the Black Edition means that it's unlocked, but I'm not 100% certain. But it's pretty cool. It's a lot better than what I had before. My graphics card is an AMD Radeon Sapphire 3 gigabytes of memory. So that's pretty sweet. I'm not sure what my HDD, my hard disk drive is, but it's about 1 terabyte big, and that's pretty cool. I have two blue LED lights, two big fans that basically are up there on the top, and they look awesome. Plus with the case, which comes with one LED fan, and it's blue as well, looks pretty sick. This big piece of hardware is running Windows 8.1. Now, I'm not really a fan of Windows 10 because I gave it a try, and I guess some games I'd have to rebuy certain games. So that's all I can say for that. So I hope that answered your question, bro. Thanks for the question. On to the next question. It's from The Knight. What is your occupation, and how did you come to be acquainted with Charlie Charlie? Well, bro, my occupation is machine operator. I operate what is called a shear. It does exactly that. It shears things. It actually cuts steel that we use to make our product, which is steel windows and steel doors. It can cut other metals, but we've never had a need to do so. So yeah, it's not a complicated job, but there's more to my position than just operating that one machine. I also operate another machine that bends metal, kind of like Bender. Just kidding. But yeah, I also run a machine that bends metal, and also one that punches holes in metal. Aside from operating these machines, I also do odd jobs around the company, like take out the trash, or empty steel scrap into a large dumpster, and other odd stuff, whatever the boss wants. Because if the boss wants this one area cleaned out so he can put a nice big table or something, then that's something I gotta do. One of the odd jobs that I also do is, for example, we don't have a coffee vending machine. Instead, we pretty much have one of those, like, company style things with the filters, and you put the, not the ones where you put money in and you get this cup and all that. It's way too easy. But we have one where you just put a filter in, you put the coffee in, you add some water, and that's it. Oh, and of course you put the coffee pot underneath. Otherwise you just have water and coffee just come on the thing. Anyway, so I usually stock the cabinet with coffee, creamer, sugar, as well as filters and cups. And that's pretty much it of that. Now, some of you are probably saying that's not a job. Yeah, but it needs to be done, and I'm getting paid for it, so yeah, it's kind of a job. As for your next question, it was a shout out from Larry, or some of you guys know him as Uncle Larry. That got me acquainted with Charlie 336. On to our next question, who it's actually by Charlie 336, asks, what is your favorite movie? Well, bro, that's a tough one. I don't exactly have a favorite movie. I got favorites. So, my first favorite, or one I really liked, was the movie The Last Samurai. Not because of the actor who was in it, but because of what it represented. I love Japan and its culture. I love things from the geisha to the kimonos, to pretty much their shrines, their temples, the way they talk, their superstition. I just love the culture. It's pretty cool. I never knew what the full history of Japan was, and in The Last Samurai it gave me an insight on what kind of civil war they had to go through in order to change into the nation they are now. I was moved by the samurai, who held on to traditions even at the cost of their own lives. This is one movie I consider to be my favorite. I also consider my other favorites, all three Matrixes movies, to be my favorites as well on the favorite list. I love the idea of technology going so far to create such things as that. You know, the first two Terminators is also my favorite movies. They're on my favorite list. Also because it's like time travel, stuff like that. The time it takes place is like 90s, 80s, which is pretty cool. On the anime side for movies, I would want to say my favorite movie among those as well. That's a tough one because it is a Studio Ghibli film, and it's either Princess Mononoke or Spirited Away. So it's basically by the same studio. So yeah, as you can see, I just can't pick one because there's tons of pretty cool movies that I like. Thank you for the question, bro. Our next question comes from 2265 New Bosses. This is a tough one. Do you have a wife or kids? It's an easy yes or no question, and you think that I'd just be able to answer it right away, but the question is, I wonder, is in 5 years from now, will it be the same answer, or will it be a different answer? The answer to both is no, sadly. I do not have a wife or kids. But then again, maybe it's a good thing. Life is life, you know. Things don't always turn out as you expect them to. Life never throws us all the opportunities that others have, and you have to go out and get it. Even if you try, there might not be 100% guarantee that you'll get what you're after. So I will not go into past failed dates or what went wrong. Life is what it is, and so guys, don't give up on what you love. That's all I can say. Anyway, the reason why I'm talking fast and answering as quick as possible is because I'm trying to shorten this down to less than 30 minutes because I have a lot of questions. Ones that I added on, actually. Now, under the questions that my coworker asked, and we're just going to call him Gene, unless if he wants his name to be out there, then pretty cool. But anyway, Gene asks, is it hard to do YouTube and a full-time job at the same time? Well, that depends on how often you want to upload and how much time you want to put into recording and editing your videos. Let's not forget that working full-time, it takes energy right out of you. So by the end of the day, you're not as motivated and full of energy to just record, edit, and upload. It's tough. That's the reality of it. Plus, if you're trying to get noticed and get as good as the popular YouTubers, it doesn't always work out that way. That no matter how much effort you put into it, it doesn't matter. Next question. Why have you stopped videos in games like Minecraft, Star Ocean, and Life is Strange? Good question. I haven't stopped them. This goes back to the first or previous question, which is it hard to do YouTube and a full-time job? Well, given the amount of time I have, when it comes to games, the new games that trend and are more popular and more played often are the games that I would rather want to spend time on at the moment, and try to get them out of the way. But the problem is that with games like Fallout 4 and The Division, any PS4 game that's on the PS4, the transfer rate is a lot longer than if I were to have done it on the PC. And there's also a limit of how much time to record. Sometimes you can't get a full dungeon run in one 15-minute playthrough, especially when playing games like Fallout 4 and other RPGs. So now the question is, why don't you just go back to playing a Star Ocean, Life is Strange, and Minecraft? Well, like I said, those games are not stopped. They're just put on hold for current games that are being shown right now. And each one of them has an issue right now that I have with. Not a complete. Star Ocean, I need to do some leveling up before I can continue it, because I want to be strong enough to be able to advance in the story. I know it's just the beginning, but I want to be like really strong. Life is Strange is doing fine. There's no issue with that. But actually, after the technical issue that I had with my computer, I was afraid that my save was not there, but I was able to retrieve my save file, so there's no need to restart that game and everything's fine. Sadly, Minecraft is having some issues. I have a vanilla Let's Play as well as a modded version. Now, the vanilla Let's Play can continue with no problems, and because of the current 1.9 version that's out, would actually enhance that Let's Play, which is pretty cool. But the modded version needs some attention to it. After the technical issue that I've had with my computer, where I had to reinstall the operating system, I was having problems with the modded version of Minecraft, which is now no longer working as it should be when it was before the reinstall. This, I have to look into this issue with much attention. I'm guessing my new security program that I have on there is the cause, but I can't be sure of it. So, yes, the games will continue. They've just been placed on hold, on the back burner. I'm really sorry, guys. I just got so much going on right now that it's hard to kind of focus on all of the series I made, that I'm kind of spreading myself thin, and it's kind of hard to do because I got an ideal now. I want to do a Skyrim Let's Play at some point in time, maybe a modded Skyrim Let's Play, but I don't have time for that right now. So yeah. The next question is, would you ever quit your full-time job to pursue YouTube full-time? Well, currently at this time, no. In my channel's current state, the amount of active views and subscribers, and how many comments I get on each video, I can see it not being something I do right now. It might change if all that is drastically changed, but I doubt that happening. I doubt suddenly getting thousands and thousands of subscribers, thousands of views. Maybe you guys want to prove me wrong on that. That'd be awesome. But, you know, it is what it is. On to our last question before I forget. What is your favorite song or style or band? I don't have one specific song that is my favorite. Just like the movies, I tend to like J-pop, K-pop, electronic or techno. I also like soca, very upbeat type of music. I like rock, and some metal bands like Fear Factory. Actually, there is one song that always sticks in my head, or sticks with me the most, is the song Season's Call by Hyde. Even though most of it is in Japanese, it's a very moving song to me. So look that song up. I'll put it right here somewhere. Season's Call by Hyde. It's a nice song. So that's it for the Q&A, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry that I kept looking down towards the right, but I have all my questions, all my answers right there, everything I wanted to say. So that's about it. Till next time, guys. Ask more questions if you want another Q&A. No guarantee on it. It all depends on how many questions I get. But till then, guys, take care of yourselves, and as always, stay awesome.